If you've been searching for work-life balance, like how do I balance everything, motherhood life, business, kids, marriage? Girl, I hear you. And surprisingly, I have asked this question different months and the answers are different, which makes sense because everyone is on a different journey. But the question is, why does work have to be separate from our life? Like, why do we have to wait against something so that it can balance? And then looking for work-life balance. The real answer that we are looking for here is, how do we harmonize all the different elements of our lives so we fit them together, synchronize them, so that they create this beautiful life. Later on in this video, I'm going to share with you a personal experience that literally changed my whole perspective about this whole work-life balance. But to start with, it is really hard for us to achieve the balance we want, the harmony we want, if we don't know the moving parts of our lives, if we don't have clarity on where we are at in this season. And let me tell you something, like, every season is going to be different. In this time, you could be struggling with something. It might be not a problem the next season. Finding clarity on where you're at right now is so important. So that means you're going to grab a book and a pen and you're just going to write down what is on your plate right now. What are the moving pieces that are pulling you in a different directions? That would be like, I have just given birth to a baby, and then maybe I have another child or I have other kids, and then I have work, I have my marriage, I have to maintain the home, I have to do all these running pieces. But also, you're going to have to write on the side your priorities. What are the things that are really priority to you right now? Is it the motherhood? Is it your job? Is it your marriage? Is it your parents? Are you taking care of somebody? What is the priority right now? Rank them in the order. Why do we need this? Because in case we are clashing, in case we are being pulled in different directions, we are always going to go with the priority and push the others on a later date or reschedule them for another time. In all this, what we really want is to avoid the overwhelm, like putting so many things on our plates that are not even our priorities. They are so misaligned and we have to do everything. This is just going to help us to take off some things, and then maybe later on we can add so many other items once we come out of a certain period or a season. One thing that I've discovered as a mom, and I'm a wife, and I have a business, and I'm also a virtual assistant, then you are going to need systems and routines to support you through this whole process. A system is basically things that are working together. And routines are a series of actions done repeatedly. Because it's just so much that you're doing every single day, almost at the same time, that is already a routine. Quoting Atomic Habits, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Systems will help you run your house, your business, your life. They are going to take away the overwhelm of you having to make decisions every single time so that you can focus on the things that you really need to focus on. You are going to need a personal/home system, and this system has routines in there. Personally, I have a cleaning routine, a morning routine, evening routine, a financial routine, and a self-care routine. And then I also have the work system because I work from home, so that has also the work routine in there. You don't even have to complicate this. For example, that cleaning routine is basically, as I'm showering, I have to clean the bathrooms. As the kids are showering, I'm cleaning their bathroom. Or I'm going to be vacuuming every day in the evening. So you don't have to complicate this, and it's going to be absolutely different for you. My financial routine is every Wednesdays and Sundays, I'm going to look through my budgets. I'm going to populate my spreadsheet to look at where I'm at in my budget. You might want to look at your budgets every day, which is great. You incorporate that in your daily routine. The work system looks like you have a routine on your answering your emails, on when you're doing planned acquisitions. Then you can always come up with a different system depending on what you're doing. How do we organize our routines and plan them ahead of time? That's how you start time blocking. That's why you need a planner. Like, I personally use a physical planner and a digital planner. I prefer this one because it shows me the month, also shows me the week in full together with the timing. So I know exactly this time I'm doing this. When you create the routines and they stick, you really don't have to place them in here. When you're starting out, just plan it all in the planner and assign the time. The trick is to begin with activities that are so consistent with the date and the time. That would look like your kids' activities. Personally, I have gymnastics with the girls every Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So that's where I start. And then I put in other things. Church is on Sunday at this time. That is consistent. You can move things around. To add on that, make sure you put the reminders on your phone. No, you don't want to store nothing in your head. You will not remember it. Time blocking, and you're setting reminders throughout the day or throughout the week. The planner is absolutely different for everyone. The preferences are different, but if you want to check out the planner that I used, I'm going to link it down in the description box. The other trick I use for time blocking is reverse engineering and time stamping. So that means for the activities that are very consistent, for example, the kids have to be at school by 8. It takes you 15 minutes to drive to the school. So that means you're going to be ready out of the house by 7:30. You're probably going to be awake by 6, depending on how long it takes you to prepare them and maybe give them breakfast. You've already created a routine already there. I've been able to put all this in a PDF that is easy for you, so you can just click the link below and check it out. The other question you're going to ask yourself is, who can I ask for help? Literally, as a mom who is an immigrant here, I literally don't have really much help. I just keep making friends everywhere I go. We've moved to 3 cities already. But who can you ask for help? Is there someone that you really can call up and they can help you? Or are you able to get a nanny who help you to come clean up the house and then take off certain things on your plate? And I know we can do it all, but it would be great if we have help. Of all this is the one lesson that I have learned as a mom. In 2021, I had just given birth to my baby. In my mind, I already have another baby. So this is going to be another addition. I might take rest for 2 weeks and then go back to my work, right? And meanwhile, I had signed up to be part of a webinar and part of a book club. And I'm also doing my DIYs for this channel. For you who didn't know, this channel started as a DIY channel. And I'm all putting all these things on my plate thinking, I'll take the rest, but I should be able to achieve them. Girl, I was really wrong. I was frustrated day in, day out. I was crying. I didn't even want my baby to wake up because I'm like, no, when she wakes up, I have to stop doing this and have to attend to her for a long time. I realized I'm getting depressed. So this one time I logged into that book club. I didn't even want to put on my picture because everyone looked so perfect and I looked the mess of the day. So I typed in my question, how do you balance everything? Because I'm a new mom and I'm really struggling. Her name is Patrice Washington. Actually, she has an amazing book, Redefining Wealth for Yourself. Oh my God, you should check it out. Anyway, she talks to me and she's like, Claire, can you put on your camera for me to see you? And I'm like, oh no. So I put on this camera and she talked to me one-on-one in a way that changed my whole life. She said, I know in this season you feel like you're behind. You feel like you have to do everything perfectly. You feel like everyone is pursuing stuff that you're not doing because motherhood is slowing you down. And that is the total opposite. You are still doing a lot, even with you being a mom. Imagine what you've been through. Imagine what your body has gone through. She's like, I need you to take a break, however that looks like for you, and slow down. Put off a few things off your plate for now. And maybe when the baby is probably 3 or 2 months, or whatever timeline that looks like for you, you can add on other things. But the first thing you have to do is to find out, what do I really need in this season? She was like, I know from where you stand, we look like we're perfect because she's a mom too. But there's so many things that we are struggling with right now because we were not so present with our babies in that time. So many of these problems would be solved if I had just chosen to slow down and just be more present for that season for my baby. I literally closed off everything and took one of the best walks I've had. It's like a whole weight had been lifted off me. That's how I got a break from YouTube. I probably took a break longer than I should have, but it's what I needed in that moment, in that season. And I didn't even want to do DIYs anymore because I could not do a DIY without the kids messing it up. So I want you to understand something, you as a mom who feels like, I should do this, I should do this. What do you really need? And as time goes on, you're going to add on other things, remove other things. The kids won't need you so much. And you're going to navigate it through day by day. But what do you need right now? Perfectionism has no place in motherhood. Literally, no place. You're going to handle it day by day, and you're going to get through it. I just want to remind you that you are strong, you're powerful, you're loud, and your story matters. During this rest period, I was able to develop my reading habits, and I want you to check out that video coming up next. Hope you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy your journey.